everyone, I am here today to talk about the solar eclipse that we're having in Taurus this weekend. And before I get into the energy, I do want to say that I've not created it yet, but I will make a special that I will be posting shortly after posting this video, like a reading to help you see where the solar eclipse is impacting your chart. I might do something where it's like the big events this month, so maybe solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and Mercury retrograde is coming. So I might do something like that. So if you're interested, it will be an email special. Let me know. But we can also talk about that in a phone reading. That can be however long you like. We can delve into as many topics as you'd like. So if you'd rather have something more personal like that, you know, just a broader astrology reading, you can let me know as well. And I'm also offering, because it's the beginning of the month, I have two like monthly specials going on that I usually do. One is astrology based, which is a moon map, which basically maps out every single day of your month. It goes through every single day and where the moon will be, like where it will be in your chart, which shows what area should you focus on every day. The moon moves really quick, and you won't want to focus on the same thing every day. So to be more in alignment with yourself and for more emotional fulfillment, it is best to be aligned with your moon every single day. So I tell you that. I tell you kind of what the collective energy will be as well, what the sign it will be in. And also when the moon passes over one of the planets in your birth chart, moods to be aware of that may crop up. So if you'd like a moon map, again, it's an email reading that I send you so you can look at it all month. That's something going on right now, so let me know. And then another special I have going on is a tarot special for May. So, and this one is kind of exciting. I felt called to do it differently. You can see my post, which, you know, I'll link my Instagram page and my Facebook group below so you can see these posts, as well as a page of my more general offerings as well. But for this tarot special, I asked certain questions, very specific to the month of May, as well as some general questions. But I'm doing pre-recorded videos for those, so, you know, it'll get a video to keep and replay instead of an email. So that might be kind of exciting and fun to check out this month. So that's what I have going on. And again, I'll link all that stuff below. So the solar eclipse in Taurus, what a week, what a time. You can tell big change is coming because we're in eclipse season and we're about to have a Mercury retrograde. All signs that big decisions are coming, life changes are coming, path corrections are coming. So with the solar eclipse, this energy is already here. Like I said, we will have a Mercury retrograde start mid-month. So there might be a backwards period of time, you know, where we need to reflect in order to make a big decision. But still, I think leading up to, you know, the couple weeks leading up to it, I still think there's a big wave of new energy. So there can still be new things and new changes happening right now. Some could come later, but I do think there is still a rush of forward movement right now. And solar eclipses happen with the new moon. So this is new energy. It's about the new, manifesting something new and moving towards what you're supposed to right now. And this is a partial solar eclipse, so, you know, you might not hear about it so much outside of the astrological new agey community. You know, when there's a total one, everyone's like, oh my god, did we see the eclipse? So you might not hear about it as much. It is partial. It's still very powerful though. And so the eclipse is in Taurus, and that's because the north node is in Taurus. And the nodes, there's a north and a south node. They're just points in space. They're always opposite each other if you look at a chart. And they are just the eclipse points. So it means that, you know, solar eclipses are taking place, or solar and lunar eclipses are taking place either in the sign of Taurus or the opposite of that, where the south node is Scorpio. So the north node, though, that's the energy. So this is an eclipse of what we're supposed to move towards. So it's definitely the new. It's the new path, the new soul lesson. And with Taurus, this is about being stable, finding stability, being grounded, building a solid foundation for yourself, which can feel like a relief, but I guess can be difficult to some people as well. So that's the new path. You're building a new foundation, something really stable. Again, if you want to look at your chart, you can see where that is. But still, there could be a general feeling of finding stability, building a foundation. And this is prime manifesting energy as well. So if you're really wanting to manifest something right now, I'd get on it with this energy. Because it's earthy, so it can make things tangible, and it's the first earth sign. It's definitely like the seed planting time. So plant those seeds of your manifestation, to make what you would like real in the physical, so it can bloom and be stable and support you in your life. There's a lot too about feeling supported, feeling grounded. It's time now to be grounded and not caught up in a chaotic energy or all over the place. It's really important to have that sense of grounding right now. And to get into that, you might want to do certain things to help you ground. There's all sorts of meditations out there, grounding meditations, focus on your root chakra. But in general, what are other things you can do? You might feel called to get out in nature, putting your feet in the earth or something like that is really grounding. Eating root vegetables, grounding foods, working out, even doing very physical things. And you also, like I said, could just meditate and get into that energy, but little things like that to support you feeling more grounded and stable would be helpful and help anchor in this energy. And Taurus too being so stable, and so it's about the senses too. It's about ooh, that feels soft. Oh, that smells good. Oh, that tastes good. Oh, it's so nice to hug somebody you love, to kiss somebody you love, the sensations. I think it's important to be very present right now. And I think that's grounding as well. You're not stuck in the past and being sad. You're not anxious about the future. You're present. And you're enjoying the sensations and the pleasures of life in the moment. And so that's an energy you want to get into. And I think all these things help you stabilize, get into the now, get into that new stable path. So take your time with things. This is not a time to rush. There's nothing in the universe right now about rushing. A lot about the new, but about rushing? No. Nothing about rushing going on right now. Moving forward steadily but surely. It's like the Knight of Pentacles, if you know tarot. He's moving forward on his horse, but he's slow. And so get into the moment, make yourself something good, enjoy the taste, go and literally smell the roses if you want. I've got roses growing in my yard right now, and I literally go out there and smell them because they're so good, and it's a lovely thing in life, what else can you do? You could light a candle that smells good, or some essential oils or something that smells good, or wear something really soft, or curl up with a soft blanket and just enjoy the sensations. If you do put your feet in the dirt, there's I know that can be I like doing it, although I always wash my feet later, but I have a garden right now, and so I've been when I garden and stuff, I do it barefoot, and it feels good. The earth feels so cool on your feet, so enjoy that sensation. Or if you go to the beach, digging your feet in the sand and having the waves wash up over you, enjoy these sensations. When you hug a friend or a loved one, if you're in a romantic partnership, enjoy that sense of touch and cuddling and kissing, and more than that, enjoy it. Or if you have a pet, I have cats, I'm looking at my cats right now. If you have a pet, enjoy petting them and their cuddles, and just enjoy these things in life that are simple, the sensation of them. And I think it does help ground you and bring you to the present. And anyways, that is important with this Taurus energy. And what else? With the South Node in Scorpio, so we will be tapping more into that Scorpio energy and doing more letting go later on in the month. But yet I do feel like we can't really escape from it. It's still cropping up. So right now is more about Taurus, more about the new. But the South Node in Scorpio is about, well, it's about letting go of a phase of life where it's like everything leads to loss and endings and trauma, and kind of being like, no, we're going to be stable instead. We're going to build something. We're going to be stable. We don't need to experience all this loss and trauma right now. Yet, that might be what we need to let go of too. Scorpio says there's a lot to let go of to get stable. There is trauma we've already experienced to let go of, but we don't need to continue that forward and think we need to keep living it. You know, there were loss and things that ended that we have to get over, but we don't need to carry that forward with us. So there can be some letting go, and some of these things could have been coming up for you leading up to the eclipse. We will be dealing with them more later on because it's more time to focus on, again, what you want, what you're building right now, being stable, being in the moment, being grounded. But it still could come up. So you want to let that go, but it's important to remember this new phase is not about trauma. So stop worrying about trauma being repeated, you know, like process what you've gone through, but let these words, you know, put that to rest. You're not meant to experience trauma right now. You're not meant to experience huge, massive endings and loss. This new path is about stability, grounding. It's really nice, really simple, really in the moment. So I just want to let you know, that you might be processing those things that happened before, but that doesn't mean they're going to happen again. That's not really what's meant to be. So don't focus on that, and just know that. Let my words, let me telling you the energy, let that put it to rest for you if you can. Sometimes just being told that is like, okay, that's not really meant to be. All right, so I experienced that. I might just purge some things that might be painful to, purge. There can be feelings, but it's not going to continue. Because what happens is sometimes with the eclipse cycles, people slip into the South Node, but that's not the purpose, because it's easier. So many people right now could fall into, it all has to be endings and trauma and loss and dramatic, and so they might keep themselves in that cycle. So I'm here to tell you, no, don't do that. And if other people are doing that, no, it happened. Let go of what happened, process it, but stability. Another thing about this energy is Scorpio is about power and control. And Taurus is kind of about, like, I'm just going to build what's in front of me, like little things right here and now that I can do. So this might also be letting go of, there could be power issues, you're purging control issues. But it's also kind of letting go of control. There's a lot right now in the universe, not even just with this, even with a lot of Pisces energy we have going on, where we cannot control the big things. We cannot control the outcome, but we can take little steps in the here and now. That's Taurus, just little things in the here and now to build up, place a brick at a time in the foundation, of our life. But we can't really control, so it's time to just kind of surrender, kind of let go of it. And then Scorpio also has to do where we merge with other people. For instance, Scorpio has to do with sex. That's where we physically merge with another person. It also has to do with other people's money. So maybe where we're reliant on them, or joint finances, we're just everywhere we're enmeshed with people, if you get an idea of the Scorpio energy. Taurus is kind of about self-worth, maybe self-sufficiency. So it doesn't mean you'll be doing this alone, but it's like kind of letting go of some ties with other people, some energy, some things we've become tied up in that aren't good, that aren't stable, so, and these could be things from the past. So, dynamics, where we relied on somebody, but then they controlled us, or we pleased them to get something, and it wasn't really, inner value system. It didn't really show where they were like, but I have to, just all these ways we give our power away to other people because of our ties with them, and maybe let them tell us how to feel about ourselves instead of. The Taurus energy is a lot about getting into your worth and your value, and a lot of that sort of stuff as well, which is really beautiful and wonderful and can change the path moving forward in your life. So those are the nodes and the eclipse energies. But I do want to talk about some planets and aspects going on around it. So it is very close, the solar eclipse, to Uranus, which is also in Taurus. So the eclipse, the sun and moon, so the new moon part of it. Oh, if you get an idea, okay, let me lay it all out. Let me see if you'll understand this. The sun and the moon always are aligned at a new moon, so they're both in Taurus. They're both at exactly 10 degrees of Taurus. The north node, which is the eclipse point, so that's the exact eclipse point, is at 22 degrees Taurus. And if the sun and moon had also moved that far along to 22 degrees and it was like they would have been on that exact eclipse point, that would be like a super total eclipse. So if you can tell, 22 and 10, it's like 12 degrees apart, so very partial, if that gives you an idea. But Uranus is at 14 degrees Taurus, so just 4 degrees away from the sun and moon, so pretty close. Uranus shows a lot of change. So again, eclipse cycles already show this. It shows a new path is opening up, a new destiny. They're big times of change. A lot of switches and changes and rearranges during eclipse season. With Uranus, it shows this, but it shows there's new change. There's new things. With Uranus, these could be unexpected things. The unexpected could happen. New unexpected things could come in. Uranus and Taurus is a lot about like almost more negative Taurus, which right now we're trying to build foundations, but Uranus and Taurus says sometimes though you can get so stuck in old foundations, you can get stagnant. So Uranus has been busting us out of our stagnation for a while. But now it's like, okay, you've done that. Hopefully you've done that. You may get more reminders if you have not. But now it's like, okay, now the change though is going to come in unexpected things to help you build. So there can be unexpected things coming into your life right now, unexpected opportunities, unexpected, I don't know, messages, maybe, unexpected encounters, unexpected things. And Uranus can feel a bit chaotic, even though we're meant to feel stable, so that's confusing. And maybe see any change that comes in as helping you find new stability. So you might want to do these stabilizing, grounding things more so because of that energy, because it's important we're stable and grounded, but yet change has to come in. And so we have to like deal with it well, you know. Hopefully that makes sense. And what's also powerful during the solar eclipse is that Venus, the ruler of Taurus, is in Pisces right now, and it will be conjunct Jupiter. So earlier in the week, talked about this in a live video on Instagram, which you can go back and watch if you want. Venus was conjunct Neptune. Now during the eclipse, it will be conjunct Jupiter. This is important because Jupiter and Neptune had been conjunct a little while back. Huge energy, big portal opening up, what I think of as ushering in the new energy, the ascension kind of energy, the 5D energy, the new earth energy. It was a portal of energy, a higher energy that we could choose to step into, basically, to like simplify it and then instead of making it too like woo woo. It's just an up level in energy, and a portal of that energy was open. I think it's still open because while they've moved apart, Venus touched Neptune earlier this week and then touches Jupiter, you know, at the time of the eclipse. So it's still activating, it's still open. Again, more change, you know, new destiny path, a new portal of energy to up level. I mean, the new energy here, the change, the choices here, they're big. But Venus conjunct Jupiter, and Venus is ruling the whole eclipse basically as the ruler of Taurus, so it's so important that it is with Jupiter. And this is so beautiful because in astrology there are planets known as the benefics, which basically means the most beneficial, happy, good, lucky energy in astrology. There are also the malefics, which are not involved in this solar eclipse, thank goodness. Those are the hard planets. So Jupiter and Venus are the two benefics. That's it. It's just them. Jupiter's the greater benefic, though. And Jupiter, because it brings expansion and it brings luck. It brings overflow. You know, it's big energy. And Venus brings, it's an abundant energy. It does rule money, but it rules love. And just, you put these two together and it's like, wow. So there can be there could be so many blessings with this solar eclipse. I'm getting like so excited feeling this energy. So many blessings. So, yeah, this new path, this new foundation, the changes that are coming in, they're extremely, extremely blessed. So choose the new path for yourself, you know, and choose this portal of energy. If you haven't already, still think it's open. Even if you don't know what that means, just kind of decide in yourself. Make that choice and you'll see what to do. But be like, yeah, I want to move forward. I want the new energy. I want the new earth energy for the collective. I want that in my life. You know, I don't want the old story. I don't want the old story, you know, South Node Scorpio, trauma and loss and no. You know, I want the new. And I think this solar eclipse is anchoring that in a way, because the Pisces energy is a portal of energy. It's spiritual energy. It's in the ethers, you know, it's not very tangible. Taurus is super tangible. So I think this new energy is anchoring in the collective, in all of our lives. You know, it is a choice, and not everyone will choose it, and that's why it takes some strength sometimes, because you'll see a lot of collective energy still be in an old vibration. It won't be good, and it will be, they will choose Scorpio, so trauma, loss, and you know, so don't choose that, don't buy into it. Choose, say nope, that's done, I process it, I choose stability, you know, I choose the new earth, I choose the higher vibration. So it's anchoring in right now. Yeah, and I'm like so excited about it, just talking about it. I notice more and more as I do talk about astrology, like I feel the energy of it more. I think I'm just like more open to energies as I go along, as I do this work. It just happens more and more. So I get like things I need to say, same with tarot, and I feel energy. It's interesting. So good. So blessed. With the Venus and Jupiter specific things that may come up. It's a lot of love, so there's a lot of love on this path in general. It's just like an all-encompassing love, a compassionate love, love for what you have in your life, love for what you do, love of everybody. So there's a lot of love on this path, a lot of love around this eclipse. This is really potent. There's a lot of potent energy this week with romantic relationships, if that's something you're choosing to up-level or to be in. I think a lot of opportunities for certain people are going to be opening up. It could just be if you're already in a really great relationship, it just could be a deeper, higher level, or it could be new opportunities coming in. And again, there are like kind of higher ones. I said this in my live video, but I feel like a lot of divine counterparts is what I guess is the word I like to use for like the highest of the high of those, you know, like divine, feminine, and masculine. Doesn't matter what gender you are, but divine, masculine, feminine, you know, people embodying that, coming together with the divine, you know, the most divine union. That's what I like to think of as the highest thing. And I think those types of things are starting to come together. There's an opportunity all of a sudden this week where I'm seeing that. And so for some of you, could be meeting people or are really starting to enter that phase, and things are starting to happen to get you prepared for that, even if you don't see that quite yet. So if that's something you want, if that's part of your up-leveled story, is a really more like divine union, not the old stories. And something stable too, you know, Taurus, something stable, someone who you can build something with, not Scorpio, where it's control and power issues and trauma and loss again and ended, you know. No, divine, stable union. So I think a lot of that's coming together right now. So align with that if that's a story, that's an energy you want. It's also a lot about abundance, about money. Taurus brings a lot of that. So there could be a lot of changes for people, more stabilization, luck, abundance, a lot of abundance energy coming through. So if that's something you want to, try to get into that energy of manifesting that as well. And again, not the old story where you lose it and you don't know what to do and there's losses and trauma or other people use money for power over you. No, it's time for stable money, you know, abundance that grows and flourishes like a beautiful garden. It's time to be really attuned to the divine, though. There's a lot about that. Any area of your life right now, of all this Pisces energy, it's about surrendering to the divine. Like, you've got to know, and it's hard, you know, like I know this, but yet I struggle with it too. Everybody does. Well, maybe, I don't know, some of you might be like way better at it. but surrendering to God, like God, source, whatever you want to call it. I like using God, has your back. And there's so much need to surrender that right now and trust that at the end of the day, God's your true source of abundance. At the end of the day, God is love. God will bring you love and knows the right person for you, and you know, it will be yours. So there's so many good things coming with this eclipse. Oh my goodness. And then as well at the same time, which is kind of interesting, a side note energy, Mercury moves into Gemini at the time of the eclipse. So it's at 0 degrees, and that's significant because 0 is you know, the beginning. So there's kind of a fresh energy, and Mercury in Gemini, Mercury rules Gemini, so it's like double whammy of that energy. It's the mind and communication. So there's a reset, a 0 point of the mind. And I think that's really important with all of this, because that 0 point, that fresh, clean slate of the mind, you know, so it's a lot about mental things too, you know, to feel stable, to be on the right path, to draw in the love and the abundance. It really matters what your mindset is. So this is a great sign because Mercury shows us there is a clean slate. There's a new ability for a new mindset, a new way to even speak about life, a new way to speak about yourself. So that's really beautiful too. And Mercury, again, will go retrograde in May. We do need to rethink some things. We do need to take a deeper look at our mindset. And just kind of, Mercury retrogrades lead to big decisions. So we will need to review what that will be. And that's another step, another thing that will happen later on. But at this point, though, we still do get a new mindset. There is still that refresh. And we're still, you know, and that helps all this other energy come together. Oh, gosh. I feel like I got like so hyped up and excited about all of that. I don't always feel like that. Sometimes I'll talk about the energy and start to feel really tired. So if you ever see me look really tired in something, the energy is like either intense or like kind of like, whoa. A lot of the Pisces energy has had me feeling like that. And there's a lot of Pisces energy with this, but it feels exciting and there's that earthiness to it. So this is a huge time. This is really good. And it is such a blessing. So even though some things might come up to process, it's beautiful. And know that. Please know that. Choose it. Just, we're moving forward now. And again, if you want to know, you know, where is the eclipse for you? And some people, it could be impacting 2 areas, which is interesting. You know, so where's that happening? Where's the Uranus part happening? So where's the new path? You know, where are you finding stability? What's changing? What could be unexpected? Venus, Jupiter, you know, what kind of portals opening up? Where's that love energy, the abundance energy kind of coming from? What's going on with that? Where is the blessing, really, you could say? What else? Yeah, on the South Node too, even though it's not super activated with the solar eclipse, you can still talk about, because some of these feelings might have been coming up still, you know, what you're letting go of, what kind of traumas you're letting go of. So if you want, you know, a special from me, if you want to just talk about this over the phone, you know, that's kind of what you'll find out about this solar eclipse. But the special, I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about lunar eclipse and Mercury retrograde. So if you want any of this stuff, let me know, because this is big information to have right now. It's important stuff. So I think that's all. I've said what I wanted to say. Hopefully you're getting pumped up about this energy like I am, and I hope you have a wonderful day.